this little chart here will look familiar for you. This is how I teach you how to build your service, right? It starts on the left-hand side with the biggest pain point that your client has. Hopefully you're starting to feel this consistency, problems, pain points, anxieties. That's what it's all about. What's the biggest problem that lawyers have? They don't sign enough cases. Seems very simple. It is pretty simple, but it's a very big problem that they struggle with that I know 90% of law firms are going to resonate with, and it's going to get them to stop scrolling if I have some information that I'm putting in front of them. So over there on the right side then, this is our solution for that. We offer a blended search program for law firms, LSAs, PPC, SEO, local SEO. So each one of those pillars inside of that then is how we take them from problem to solution. Pretty simple, right? And it's essentially the core pillars of what your service is. So again, inside of the blueprint, I teach you how to do this. There's workbooks in there. If you haven't done this, even if you think you know what you're doing, it's still important information, especially if you want to really do marketing the right way. So our core pillars are one, tracking analytics. We go in, we audit their analytics tracking, we set up call tracking, we make sure that we have the data so that way we know what we're doing and they can see what we're doing. Second thing we do is set up LSAs right away. The quicker the better, because then they're going to start getting phone calls. We want to make sure the tracking's set up first so they know that they're coming from us, but then we set up LSAs. Then we kick off our local SEO process, try and get them ranked in the maps pack, content development, link acquisition. That's it. 10 grand a month for that, right? Now, of course, these are grossly oversimplified. We know that if you unpack local SEO, it's a whole universe. We know if you unpack content development, it's a whole universe, and et cetera, right? But you see how these things roll up into these very simple pillars. Now, when you look at this, and now if we frame this through the point of view of marketing, now we've got plenty of things that we can start to think about talking about, right? So again, you can see how we're starting with a problem, but we're still attacking our solution within that. So let's just go through each of those 5 things that I talked about in the previous slide, and let me give you some examples here. So number 1, how to solve your client's problem. That's not supposed to say macro, not micro, by the way. It's a macro problem that they're having. What's the macro problem? They're not signing enough cases, right? So what do I recommend for a piece of content? Your law firm's lead generation is failing. Here's why, right? If a lawyer sees that when they're on YouTube, if they see an ad for that, if they're searching for lead generation strategies, they see that, it's probably going to be of pretty interest to them.